So the headline in the New York Times this morning, deadly storm transforms Houston streets into raging rivers. Devastation overwhelms a region of Texas where torrential rain is far from over. I think that's important to underscore again. The Weather Service telling us they can expect heavy rains in the Houston area continuing today, tomorrow, all the way through Friday before there's any relief, which means the flooding is only going to get worse. There's no place for that water to go, and which does raise the question about what the hell President Trump is doing, saying that he wants to go down there and see for himself. He wants to be, he wants to be the man on the scene, and he's planning on going down there tomorrow, which I think would be a big mistake. We've been through this so many times, particularly after President Bush failed to respond directly and aggressively enough, and got a lot of blame for Katrina. That every president wants to be on the job, to be seen on the job, in action, doing everything they can on the scene. Understand that? That's perfectly acceptable. That's perfectly okay. But you ought to do it at a time when you're not getting in the way, when people are not still suffering. The White House does say the president's plans are flexible. I would just hope they could change. It seems to me that tomorrow is just a little too soon to be flying in, because imagine all the police officers, all the emergency responders, who are all going to have to be diverted to accommodating and protecting the President of the United States when he's down there. They have more important things to do right now than to make Donald Trump look good in Texas. He can look good a week from today.
And we made a point last week as this storm was beginning to gather that we certainly don't want Hurricane Harvey to be politicized, right? We don't want to have to focus on what President Trump is going to do here. The focus, number one, is on saving human lives, right?
One would hope.
100%. Yeah. But if you look at Donald Trump's Twitter feed over the past couple of days, he does sort of seem to be treating this like a reality show. Some of the remarks. I'll read some of the tweets here. Wow. Now experts are calling #Harvey a once-in-500-year flood. We have an all-out effort going, and going well. Using liberal use here of the exclamation marks. Going to a cabinet meeting, teleconference, in parentheses, at 11 a.m. on #Harvey. Even experts have said they've never seen one like this. He doesn't really seem to be concerned
about the people who are suffering there.
Exactly.
It's the size of it. In other words, it's sort of like the inaugural crowd, right?
Sure.
The biggest ever. So that was the biggest ever crowd ever at any inauguration. Not. Now he's saying this is the biggest. It's like he's bragging that he has delivered the biggest hurricane to hit this country since 2005.
Yeah, and that brings...
It's almost like this is another one of my accomplishments, right?
Right.
Yes, I have Neil Gorsuch on the Supreme Court, right, and I have Hurricane Harvey to brag about.
Yeah, and that brings us to the latest tweet, the most recent tweet 12 hours ago. Historic, in all caps, rainfall in Houston and all over Texas. Floods are unprecedented and more rain coming. Spirit of the people is incredible. Thanks. I'm sorry, if I were in Houston and I were on top of my attic right now and someone told me that he had tweeted like this, I'd be pissed.
I'd be pretty pissed too. Yeah, but that's the way Donald Trump is treating the Harvey situation. Again, any breaking news on that, we'll bring you up to date as we go along.